Greetings, YouTube. I had someone contact me the other day and ask me about what my secret to vlogging is. How do I vlog? And more than one person has asked me this question in the past, even though the person that spoke to me a couple of days ago has said that they have figured part of it out. I'll get to that later. So, vlogging came actually fairly easily to me. Yes, I realize if you look at the first few videos I posted, they are painful to watch. But it basically was getting my sea legs back under me. I had done some public speaking, quite a bit of public speaking, when I was active in the SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronism. I was the PR guy for the entire state of New Hampshire for over 3 years. I was the go-to person when it came time to do demos and to talk to newcomers and to do basically the media liaison, things like that. So I spent a lot of time talking to a lot of people. And it got to the point where it just became second nature. In fact, it got so easy for me to do it, at the end, I was forgetting where I'd started my speech. I mean, I couldn't remember if I'd started the speech at the beginning or the middle. I had just said it so many times, which is when I realized it was time for me to retire. And I did. So when I started up a YouTube channel, it was very much trying to kind of getting back in that ability to speak publicly without losing myself quite that much in it, but I don't repeat the same speech every single time I do a video, so that helps quite a bit. And when I do these, I have no script. Occasionally you will see me show you a piece of paper which has a number of bullet points on it, and that's as close as I ever get to a script. I do no editing. I do all of this in one take, and that's how I've always done it. I speak to the camera and I just go. Sometimes it means I have little moments where I go, and I don't know how to respond because I'm thinking about the next thought. But most of the time, I can keep it going relatively well. Sorry, swallowing. I just finished some oatmeal. And that's another way I can stall. I can make innocuous comments while I'm thinking about the next thing I actually want to say. And it helps that I practice. And when I say practice, I don't just mean the classic joke, someone looking for directions in New York City, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Oh, practice, 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 which is what the person that made the comment to me the other day finally realized. It just means turning the camera on and doing it enough to get used to it. Now when I say practice, I mean while I'm at work, I will often run my entire video through my head. I work in a factory. The job I do is not particularly mentally challenging, so I actually have the mental space where I can practice things. And sometimes I'll practice a video for days before I finally get around to doing it. And sometimes I completely forget to practice at all, and I'll just go to my list of topics or pick up a news piece I saw that morning online or heard on the way home on NPR. I have a list of, I have a file folder in my Gmail account, which is nothing but news items that I have sent myself with the title for a subject line, which is the subject line I will use on the video itself normally. And these are just things to jog me when I have run out of ideas, because it's going to happen. I do this every single day. So I'll go to that folder, open it up, see what seems relevant to me at that particular time, read the article again, and then go with it. And having no prep time at all. I'm doing it moments after I read the article, which is why I was actually able to pull off the Baron Munchausen challenge a couple of times and not actually make a complete fool of myself. Though I was dressed as an imam the last time I did it, and that was a little weird. But, you know, that's just the way life is on YouTube. But that's how I do it. I do it a lot. I get a chance to practice here just because I get used to the habit. I practice when I'm at work. I try to keep a pool of ideas available to me. It also helps that I review movies that I've seen recently. I read books. I review the books I just finished reading. I review role-playing games that I've read. And people bring up topics amongst the YouTube RPG Brigade, which also furthers my interest. And I pick up things on message boards or on Usenet newsgroups. So there's a constant flow of ideas coming in at me, and it's just a matter of me picking which ones I want to use and then going with it. So that's, in a nutshell, how I get around the whole vlogging issue, how I deal with it, how I do it, where I get inspiration from. And I hope that someone who sees this will get some inspiration for their own videos, and they can join us here on YouTube as a content creator.